The trap you can fall into is thinking you have to work really hard to make the money, but sometimes you're still stuck in that beginner's mindset of like, I'm not worth more and I can't increase my value. You could be 5 years in, 8 years in, and you're scared to put your prices up because, what if my clients leave me, or what if no one wants to rebook anymore? And that's where the trap starts. Hello and welcome back to the Beauty Industry Leaders Podcast. I'm your host, Sammy Kennedy. Today's guest is someone who proves that you don't need to live in a big city to build a thriving beauty empire. Joining me is Darcy from Darcy Louise Beauty, a makeup artist, hairstylist, and beauty expert known for her signature, natural, effortless beauty approach. Her journey is one that so many beauty professionals can relate to. Starting out in a small country town, thinking big opportunities were out of reach, working a full-time pharmacy job while growing her beauty business on the side. And now she's running her business full-time on her own terms. But let's be real, going from side hustle to full-time beauty business owner isn't as glamorous as Instagram makes it seem. Darcy faced burnout, the overwhelm of admin, and the loneliness of running a business solo. She quickly realized that being a beauty business owner isn't just about making clients look and feel amazing. There's also tax, bookkeeping, wedding admin, boundaries, and a whole lot of behind the scenes work that no one really prepares you for. Today, we're diving into how she went from pharmacy job to full-time beauty entrepreneur, the biggest mistakes and lessons from growing her business, the challenges of the bridal industry and managing wedding bookings, her unfiltered take on success, sacrifice, and what it really takes to grow a beauty business. If you're starting out in beauty or already in the industry but struggling to scale, this episode is full of real talk, strategies, and lessons you need to hear. So let's dive in. Welcome to the show, Darcy. How are you feeling?
Hey, Sammy. Good. I'm so happy to be on this podcast with you. It's been a big journey.
It feels crazy. For anyone listening to this episode right now, Darcy is my number one client I ever had when I first started coaching. She is the OG when it came to actually going from being a course creator to a coach. And if you scroll all the way back through Darcy's profile, you will see how much she's evolved. Just to give you an idea, when we were working together, her biggest goal was not only to overcome all the burnout and figure out how the hell do I put my prices up and do this marketing thing, but she kept applying for the bridal, what's the award called?
Oh, the ABIA.
Yeah, she kept I remember you kept applying for this award and she would go and attend and she'd always get in the top 10.
Yes.
And then it was just I just said, keep going, Darcy, you can do this. She was so consistent. And what happened last year, Darcy?
Yeah, I took out the win. It was wild. Yeah, never did I ever even make top 3. And then to win it, yeah, it was pretty crazy.
How many years were you applying for it?
I reckon that was my 4th year of going to the awards night. Yeah.
Consistency pays off, and also to see, where you started to get where you are now has been such a beautiful journey to witness.
Yeah.
But if we take it all the way back before beauty, I know that you started vet courses at school, and then when you graduated, you didn't actually immediately start in beauty. What made you hesitate?
What made me hesitate in starting at beauty straight away after doing my courses, I was very young then. I also thought there was no opportunity at all in doing beauty full-time in a small country town, especially makeup. I'm about an hour's drive from the city, and I always believed that there was only makeup jobs in the city. There was nothing down here this way in the country, more side. So yeah, I put it on hold and I did a full-time job at a pharmacy instead.
At what point did you think that beauty would be more than a side passion?
What made me think beauty would be more than a side passion is I actually traveled in America for 6 months. And back then, they only had the Sephora and Mecca stores. Australia didn't have that yet. So I come home with an extra suitcase full of makeup, and I started doing some makeups on the side with girlfriends. And it honestly just took off from there. The word got around and a wedding venue opened up down the road, literally down the dirt road of where I lived. Crazy. And they started saying, oh, there's a girl down the road that does makeup. You could see if she's free. And I'm like, oh my God, at the start, I was like, no way. I said to my dad, I'm like, oh, no way. I can't do that. That's too scary. But no, I pulled it together and I started doing bridal makeups down the road at the venue Woodburn. And it just took off from there. I honestly had no intentions at all of getting into the bridal industry. It honestly just happened. And now I honestly am in like the prime spot for weddings. No one gets married in the city. How crazy.
So where are you located now? Are you around like wineries and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm still located in the same spot, just 10 minutes away from where I got brought up.
Exciting. What was it like trying to balance doing that full-time pharmacy job and then doing beauty on the side?
Yeah, look, I was working 5 days at the pharmacy to start with, and then I would do the makeups on the Saturdays. So I was pretty lucky I didn't have to work too much on the weekends for the pharmacy. But it did get a little too much at one stage. So, yeah, I was very lucky. My job at the pharmacy let me drop just down to 4 days. So I would work Tuesday to Friday. Then I would do the makeups, obviously, on the Saturday. So, yeah, I was able to balance it a lot more easier with dropping 1 day, just doing 5 days a week work.
And then how did you know, okay, I'm ready now. I'm going to leave this pharmacy job and go full-time in beauty?
When COVID hit, the pharmacy wasn't really fun industry to work in. I got quite bored. So after that settled down a little bit, I ended up taking on a lash extension course. Again, small country town, the word got around that I was doing a course. And then even when I hadn't even finished the course, people around the town were approaching me saying, can I book in? And I was like, oh my God, I haven't even finished the course yet. I'm not sure if I'm even going to have the patience to do it yet or anything. But yeah, I finished it. I started doing friends and then friends of friends. Word got around. I would work all day at the pharmacy. I'd come home, do 2 clients every night of the week, plus my makeups on Saturday. So I was working so many hours per week. It just got to a point where my friends and my partner were like, Darcy, you could probably just do beauty full time. The work's there, because I was ended up having to say to girls, I'm so sorry, I don't have any time to pop you in this week. So I left the pharmacy, took the leap and built myself up, and it was just crazy. I was so busy that I got that busy that I was working even more hours than what I was. It was nuts. And it got way too much for me. That's when I ended up reaching out to you, because I was getting so burnt out and I just did not know what to do and what step to take next in my business.
What did you end up finding out about yourself after working with me? Because I witnessed this change of you being like, oh my gosh, no, the clients won't do this, to like, no, I'm not working those hours.
Yeah. I really learned about myself is I always said yes to clients. I was never a no person. I always wanted to please everyone. And I think that's why I got so burnt out. And what I learned from you is that you do have to put yourself first. You need to look after yourself, because you are who you are with like showing up on that day. If you've worked so many hours the day before and working the same hours the next day, like really long hours, your clients is going to see you being burnt out. They will see it. I really learned with you to really balance my home life and work life a little bit more, which is what I really needed, because I was working that much where I wasn't really enjoying it anymore.
I think so many people can actually relate to that. It's like when you initially get started, I think there's a part of you that has this passion for it, right? And that's what ultimately drives you to want to do that as a business. But then when it comes to having to take on the amount of pressure and work and the whole business side, sometimes you lose that creative passion for why you started in the first place. Yeah. What was something you did that like helped you overcome that burnout and make positive change in your business to give you that time back?
The things I did to change was becoming a person to say, no, I can't do that time. I'm already fully booked. So I really stuck to my work hours. Another thing I also did was I implemented an online booking system. So that took time away from me with replying to every single client. So I implemented that into my business, which was such a good change. Yeah, like I totally didn't regret the way I started my business out though, because you really have to work those hours that no one does at the start to really build yourself up. I think I just didn't know when to stop, and I'm glad that you helped me realize that, okay, now is a good time to stop working those hours no one else is does, but to just set a boundary of 2 late nights a week or 1 week late night a week. Yeah, I'm really sticking by it.
One of the big things I remember challenging you about was your pricing. And anyone who's listened to this podcast, follows me on social media, knows that I'm all about making profit. And I remember lashes, I think you were charging was it like $75 or $80 for a refill?
Yes, my lash profit, I was hardly making it, nowhere near enough. I may as well have just kept working at the pharmacy. Yeah, I'm so glad that you helped me with that, because I didn't even realize I wasn't even making any money until you really looked into it for me.
Do you have any words of advice or things you wish you did sooner when it came to the pricing? Because there's people out here that hear this stuff and then I guess they feel a bit, embarrassed or shy or anxious about if I look at the numbers, what will that mean? But I think it would be really cool to hear someone's perspective who has also gone through that and what that did for you in the long term.
I feel like I would not do my research and looking at what other people are charging, because there is so many suppliers out there that we buy obviously for different prices, and who I brought my lashes from could have been more expensive than what supplier they have. I really regret following everyone else and going by the prices that they had set in, by not looking at what I am spending and really concentrating on me. I was worried about everyone else around me, about what they were charging, and I really needed to beat that price and be cheaper. I really regret doing that.
Obviously now you put your prices up. You're still not charging $80 for a refill. If you are, I'm going to come through Adelaide and I'm going to shake you.
I am.
But I'm really curious. Obviously this time has passed now. It's been 3, almost 4 years, I think.
Yeah, it would probably be 4 years. Yeah, almost.
I have no idea. Time's just gone.
Time goes so fast.
But where do you sit now in comparison to where you were before? Before, were you sitting in the low, medium kind of end? And are you sitting in the high end or luxury end now?
I feel like I would be in between the medium and high end luxury, especially now that I have built a beautiful salon next to the house. I still am a home-based beauty salon, but I now have a beautiful space where my clients come into and not through my whole house. So I feel like that's really put me up in the high-end luxury feel.
If you're listening to this episode, go on to Darcy's website, darcylouisebeauty.com, is it?
Yeah.
Or .com.au?
Yeah.
And when you go on the homepage, you will see how beautiful Darcy's salon is. It is insane. It doesn't even look like a home kind of thing. It's you're entering the most beautiful commercial space, except it's just chilling on the back property. And also the journey to get that salon open, 2 years of building and dealing with council regulations, I think I can empathize with you a lot more now about the struggle now that the bowling alley's gone through a similar thing. How did you also navigate that with your partner? Because he was so incredible with how he was able to support you in building your vision out. I know he's on the tools. What was that process like?
The process was very easy for me because my partner, took full control of all of the council stuff, the whole build. He even designed the layout. Bless him. I wouldn't have been able to do it without him. I'm very lucky.
Does he have his building ticket?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a win. Guys, life hack. Get a man that has a building ticket. With your new space now, how are you feeling it's elevated the client experience and your brand?
I feel like my clients now, when they enter my new space, really take me more seriously. I felt like when I was working inside the spare room, I may not have been shown as heaps professional to a few people, or that I was still just doing it as a side hustle. Now I feel like clients walk through my door, they're like, oh my God, wow, yeah, she is doing this full time. She's fully committed. They all taking me so much seriously now. No one cancels on me as much anymore. And like, this girl has been like, they look at me like she's been very successful. And I feel like, yeah, they honestly have approached me so much more differently now that I'm not working just in the spare room anymore. It's crazy. It's honestly made a huge difference.
I think that's really inspiring to hear, because obviously everyone has to start somewhere.
Oh, 100%.
But if you're doing it long term, it kind of gets to the point where you're like, do you want to be treated seriously like you're running a professional business, or do you want to attract the type of people who think, oh, yeah, it's just a side hustle. You know, if I don't show up to the appointment, it doesn't matter. She's just hanging out at home anyway.
Yeah, no, that's what it was like, honestly. But yeah, like you said, you got to start somewhere. You do. It was always a dream of mine to have a beautiful studio that I do now. So I'm very, very happy, and yes, I couldn't ask for anything more.
I'm so proud of you. You've done such an epic job. One of the biggest challenges you faced was the loneliness of running a business solo, and I think so many people can relate to that. What was the hardest part about going from having all these co-workers in a job to being completely on your own?
The main thing I struggled with is not having anyone to bounce off of. Like, of course, I had my sister and my friends and my partner, but there was so much that they could relate about because they obviously didn't work in the beauty industry. So I did find that pretty difficult with not just being able to talk about anything beauty-wise or getting any type of help from others in regards to that. The one other thing I struggled with is you honestly just don't you don't have anyone to just ask a simple question of like a behind the scenes job to do, like all your bookwork and stuff. But I was lucky. I had a girlfriend at the start that helped me with the bookwork, and then now I have an accountant that does it all, which actually was recommended by you when I did your course, and she's the best. So she takes control of that now, which is amazing. At the start, I honestly struggled thinking in my head, it's you, Darcy. You have to do everything. You got to wear all the hats. But as time has gone on, you don't have to wear all those hats. You can definitely source other people to help in those departments that you're not good at. Because obviously I'm good at all the beauty services. So when I went into doing this full time, there's no way I even took into consideration all the extra bookwork they have to do after hours. I think that's also why I got so drained at the start, because I'm like, okay, I'm finished clients for the day. But no, Darcy, you've got to do this now. You've got to reply to all these clients. You've got to do this bookwork. You've got to do this invoicing. You've got to do this cleaning. There was just so much extra work that I did not take into consideration at all working by myself full time.
Oh, that is so true. It's like, you know how people work at a restaurant and there's obviously the customers that come and they have their dinner. Most of the time, those restaurant staff aren't going home until, 11, 12 p.m. They got to clean all the kitchen benches, prep the food, do all the things. And I feel like beauty is the exact same, just in a different way. And if you're saying, cool, I'm going to work 38 hours or 40 hours a week on clients, where's the other, 20 to 30 hours a week going to come working on the business? And obviously there's this kind of guilt where people do I work for money or do I stop working and then spend time growing the business? And I think these are all really natural concerns. When did you actually notice your business grew more?
I noticed my business grew more, honestly, within 6 months of going full time. Yeah, it took off straight away because there was no one else around me close by that was doing a few of the beauty services that I was offering. And no one wanted to travel 45 minutes plus to go and get our beauty service done.
And then when you got to the point of being fully booked, did you have to either take a step back to then grow your business? Because I know you've also got a team member that you, or a couple team members here and there that you subcontract in for weddings? Because weddings was a huge part as well that was taking up so much time. Do you want to touch a little bit more on that?
So with the weddings, obviously you can only work one wedding on that one day. So for example, obviously the most popular day is Saturdays. I know some other makeup artists or hairstylists do 2 weddings in one day, but that's just not me. I liked to give my full attention to them for the whole day. And I was turning away so many weddings because, could only do one. And I told you about that. And then you gave me the idea of creating the wedding team. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know how to do that. So again, you come in, helped me. This is what you need to do, Darcy. Like, blah, blah. Like, thank God you knew because I had no idea how to approach it. Because I remember you saying at one stage, you can't, like, I couldn't hire them or something because of me having to then pay super and all of that stuff that come into consideration. I had no friggin' idea. So when you said about, just subcontracting and then they invoice me and then I pay them, I was like, oh, that's how you do it. But again, like, it's not my department. I had no clue. So anyway, I have a couple of girls that will take on bridal bookings for me if I am fully booked, or if I have a huge bridal party and I need help. One of them will come with me, one will do the hair, and then I would do the makeup, or the opposite way around. It's been really good to be able to, for me mentally, not having to say no all the time to those bridal bookings because, as you know, like I said at the start, I'm very much a yes person and I hated always saying no to the rest of them, and I just really wanted to help them out. So I'm so glad that I can now give that an option to a few of the brides that inquire. When I'm already fully booked, I can pass them on to one of the team members.
I really love that you were able to take that step and go, okay, you know what? If I bring someone on, I can train them up to my standard and we can both do this together and get the brides even better results. Because, like, what bridal party is going to want to have like 6 to 8 people, let's say, and one person is doing hair and makeup? Like, that's going to add additional stress to them. Like, am I going to get ready in time? Like, can you hurry up? When's it my turn? Like, at least if you've got that other support person there, you can both be efficient and you can provide that great client experience for the makeup, the bridal party. What I was going to ask is, when it came to taking someone on, what were some of the biggest, I guess, mental challenges that you were having, or thoughts? Because it's scary, right? Like, is someone going to be as good as you are? And like, how do you train them? Are they going to say no to not wanting that team member? What was going through your mind and how did you overcome it?
The way I overcome that was I actually hired girls that I already knew personally. Again, very lucky. I had a few in mind that I reached out to, and I already knew what their work was like as well because, I've known them for a few years and they've worked in the industry for a few years as well. It was like more the fact that like it was hard to trust other people under my name. But again, because I chose girls that I have known through the town for a few years, I thought in my head, I haven't heard one bad thing about this girl before. I've only heard good things. Like, everyone's always spoken highly about her, la-di-da. So I was like, yep, no, she's the one, and I trust her. And so I've had altogether 4 girls that have worked under my name so far. At the moment, I have 2 continuing on.
I love that.
Yeah.
So you've obviously built this incredible reputation in the bridal industry. And you've obviously won an award, which is incredible too.
Yes.
What's the key to standing out and attracting those dream bridal clients?
I feel like the one key thing is when a bride inquires, responding within 24 hours really shows them you want to be involved in their day. Like I'm 100% committed. I try so hard to reply instantly within 24 hours. I feel like if I'm on holidays and then I have that time off, which yes, definitely have that time off, girls. But there has been times where I have had the time off and I've come back and I've replied to my bridal inquiries and like, I'm so sorry, I found someone else. Thank you anyway. That's happened to me so many times. I feel like when you reply within 24 hours, you're giving their full attention already and they're like, oh, this girl's onto it. I want her.
100%.
I reckon that definitely is one key thing I do to start with.
Well, it makes sense, right? It's a massive day where people are going, I want this to be all about me. I want it to be perfect. There's a lot of pressure on them as well. The last thing they want is if they go and inquire and it takes you a week to get back to them, that already sets the premise that I can't get a trustworthy response in a reasonable time frame from them. So what happens on the day? What if they're late? What if they don't show up? Like without you realizing, you're subconsciously setting that standard in their frame of mind.
Yeah, that's right. And if I was a bride and one of my vendors took a week to get back to me, I'll be like, nah. Nah, they're not the one.
I've loved talking about the bridal team and what you've built and obviously your journey of how you got to where you are today. Let's talk a little bit about what really goes on behind the scenes of business, because you obviously have the hard work that you put in and we're seeing a lot of social media illusions. Do you have anything to touch on about that?
With the social media illusions first?
Yeah, we're talking about Pilates princesses just before.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with Instagram these days, but I don't know if you've noticed, there's a lot of girls that will post on their stories their outline of their day. And amongst their day, there's probably like only 2 hours worth of work. The other hours of their day is going for a walk, getting a coffee, going to Pilates. And it's like, girl, that's not reality. If you want to be successful, you need to work. I feel like it's really showing young ones these days that you don't need to work to be successful, but you totally do. I don't get it.
I think there's a part that I agree and then I disagree with that statement, because obviously in the beginning stages, you have to work hard. Like if you want to create something incredible, you have to put an unreasonable amount of time into it to get good. It's not like you get good at makeup or eyelashes or skin or hair by working on it like 30 minutes to 2 hours a day. You know, obviously if you're doing it 10 hours a day or 12 hours a day, you're going to get a lot better at it a lot faster. And you know how they talk about like it takes 10,000 hours to become a master at something? Well, if you're working 40 hours a week and you're working 5 days a week, then when you hit that 5-year mark, that's technically around the 10,000 hours. And that's why a lot of people struggle in those first 5 years, because they're just getting good at the thing. And then after that period of time, they get better. Back to what you were saying about you got to work hard to make it work. You were working hard in the early stages, you know, crazy hours, saying yes to everything and everyone. But there comes a time where you've got to also learn how to take that step back, whether that's reducing your hours, increasing your prices, taking on a team, or anything else that you think is going to support you, contractors, whatever. What do you think the problem is with these young girls seeing how easy it's meant to be building these businesses and then, I guess, getting really disheartened when they don't see overnight success?
I feel like they get disappointed because they don't realize the behind the scenes of that person's life. They only see what they see on social media. They have no idea that they might have a whole team working behind them, which entitles them only working a couple of hours.
That's so true. I actually even thought to myself that I'm like, when I've looked at big coaches or businesses and it's like they're going on all these holidays all the time. Actually, to be fair, that's probably people who look at me.
I feel like you are almost like that now, Sammy. You have got like an amazing team that you've built. You've got your VA that does all your incredible socials, yeah?
I actually do my socials.
Oh my God,
that's something I don't outsource, but like, no, she does a lot of my graphics, like all my back end stuff. I'm just hiring an OBM at the moment. And then in terms of bowling, I hired a manager who literally incredible, literally changed my life.
Yeah, you can't wear all the hats. It just shows.
No. And then we've got like 5 employees. So like you're saying, it took me a while to get here. And trust me, I reckon I've worked harder than anyone else I knew. When I was paying off my coaching programs, I was working 5 different side hustles, watches, social media, online courses, like influencer, UGC work, you know, like, but at the end of the day, like you, I realized, fuck, I'm so burnt out. I can't do this anymore. And I need to take that step back. And I think as well, to add on to all of what we're speaking about, you will resent what you do and you will want to quit because you're either putting in so much time and effort to not see a return. And I think that the trap you can fall into is thinking you have to work really hard to make the money, but sometimes you're still stuck in that beginner's mindset of like, I'm not worth more. and I can't increase my value. And that's where the trap starts. It's just like you could be 5 years in, 8 years in, and you're scared to put your prices up because, you know, what if my clients leave me? Or, you know, what if no one wants to rebook anymore?
Yeah, you really need to be able to change your mindset. And I struggled with changing my mindset, but you really helped me really step back and change the way I thought about a lot of it. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you, honestly.
I think the coolest thing about you is you have a lot more trust in yourself. You had the skills and you had the knowledge, but the belief and trust in yourself, it was like you were always looking for reassurance.
I always look for reassurance. I still do sometimes. Yeah, I definitely needed so much reassurance through all of my decision making throughout my business. I really did struggle to trust myself, but I have learned now to definitely trust myself more than what I did back before I didn't hire you at the start. Yeah, I think a lot of people can relate.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Like I even asked for reassurance and from my coaches or other mentors and people, and it's like, it's nice to have someone validate your idea as in it's the right thing.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's good to have challenging perspectives to make you think about the bigger picture.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like when you think of an idea, it's like, wait, well, is that even a good idea? I've got no idea.
Let me just ask my friends and family.
And then you just sit on that same idea for how many months or how many years and you never take action because you can't change that mindset of like, yes, it is a good idea, Darcy. Or like, you know, yeah, it is hard to trust yourself. That's why reassurance is important though, to then change your whole mindset towards it in decision making.
Yes, definitely. And really believing in yourself, like not having to always go to social media and have everyone validate you. I think that was a big thing for me. You know, sometimes, I don't know about you, but like if you're out there doing successful stuff, you're not posting.
I remember you saying to me at one stage, I told you about someone that was doing a similar business as you. And you're like, oh, really? Oh, I don't really follow anyone because I just try to stick on my own path. I try to stick to doing what I want to do. And I was like, oh my God, as if you don't follow anyone like what you're doing. I was like, you really made me think. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to stop looking at other people now. I'm just going to focus on me.
Legit. The first probably 2 years, I didn't follow any other beauty business coach or person.
Yes, you didn't.
All. Never. And I never wanted to see their stuff because for me, my content, my strategy, everything, it was authentic to me. And I think as soon as I started seeing everyone else's content, it kind of made me think, oh, should I be posting that?
Yeah,
or like,
am I doing this wrong?
Yeah. And then if you don't see it, it's like, it's actually preventing you from wasting so much of your energy caring about what else is going on in the world. And then like, if you can actually focus on yourself and put the amount of time and energy into your own business in comparison to what you'd waste scrolling social media and comparing to everyone else, like imagine how much further you'd be ahead.
Yes, I think that's great advice to everyone.
I love it. I love it. Now that your business is established, how have you started creating more balance between work and personal life?
The way I've been balancing all of home life and work life is by sticking to my hours and not working overtime. Definitely, it is hard to schedule in holidays. I have to think about what time I want off 12 months in advance because my books are open 12 months for weddings. So I will sit down at the start of each year, blocking out in my diary the next year of when I'll have some time off. I think that's been good with balancing it all out for me. Another way of me balancing it is definitely my online booking system. I am thinking of implementing another system for my weddings called Dubsado, just to get some time back with the admin side of things for bridal bookings. It is a lot and it's becoming just too much for me on the side of doing all clients all day and then doing the admin side of that. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of Dubsado before, Sammy.
Yeah, I have. My friend does exactly what you're investing in. So
Here's who I'm going through.
Yeah, Studio 85. If you haven't heard of them, they are revolutionizing the whole wedding industry now. They first started with bridal hair, makeup, beauty, but now it's more so for like any wedding vendors. And I personally believe it is the missing gap for that industry. I think a lot of people, like if you look at beauty, right, you've got Timely, you've got Fresher, you've got Forest, you've got Beauty Software, Square, all these different systems that are options for you. But with bridal, and I can only say this because I've come from the modeling industry working in bridal, like no one has a system. It is like their diary, handwritten, they've got numbers and they're texting, and it's a shit show. And it literally is no wonder why everyone is so burnt out and stressed out in that industry, because A, they're dealing with people's biggest day of their lives, and B, they're like have no system of tracking. And so Dubsado is essentially like setting up a funnel or you can call it a booking system as such, but it's more than that. It's like a pretty web, let me use like really simple language for people who don't know what funnels are in sales and stuff.
Yes.
Pretty website page, which has all the information about your brand, who you serve, what your point of difference is, the services you offer, price point, packages. You can then inquire, put all your information in, and then there's automations in the back end, which means you don't have to manually send all these emails out. You can confirm a booking, you can, decline it. It'll send out contracts, methods for payments. So instead of your admin taking you, 20 hours a week where you are losing out on potentially thousands of dollars, you're getting that time back.
Yes, and I cannot wait. I'm really excited to take them. Yeah, I'm really excited to take that next step for my bookings with the bridal part of it. I know it is quite a bit of money to invest in, but I've got a feeling it's going to be really worth it.
I'm pretty sure what you're investing in that is what you invested in me back in the day. And no,
100%.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this. What's something you actually sacrificed in those early days of your business that was worth it?
I sacrificed a lot of social outings with girlfriends. I gave up netball. I definitely gave up time with my partner because I was working so many late nights. Yeah, look, with anything though, especially working for yourself, you do have to give up some things that you do enjoy doing. Obviously keep a few things to try to keep yourself sane, but when starting up, you definitely have to sacrifice and give up a few things to be able to make your business work and make it grow.
You've been doing this for like 8 years now?
Yeah, I started when I was 21 with the first thing I ever started offering was the makeup. Yeah. So it's been 9 years. Now? Hey?
9 years.
It's been 9 years, yeah.
Are you 30?
Yeah, I'm 30 now.
Oh my God, you were 26 when you came to me.
That's God, there you go.
I've known you for so long. Okay, that's crazy.
Wild.
So obviously you've reached this stage where you've gone through all the hustle and stuff, like that sacrifice of not going to netball, not being able to see friends, not being able to spend time with your partner. Can you honestly say that it's paid off now?
Oh, 100%. I'm so content now. I've gotten to where I want to be, and everything that I sacrificed in the past and at the start has definitely made it all worth it.
What do you do in a day-to-day in your life? Like, how do you set up? Like, do you wake up early, have a coffee, do Pilates, work 2 hours, or what does it look like now?
So Sunday and Mondays are my day off.
Yeah.
And then...
Wow, the old Darcy would never.
No. But on Mondays I do my admin on Mondays, which I am a little bit naughty. But I think after I set up the Dubsado for weddings, I'll get a lot more time back from there and I won't have to do as much admin on the Mondays. I really like to look at my diary for the whole week on Monday and really set myself up for the week. I'm happy to give up a couple of hours of my day off to really just set myself for the whole week. So I do that. And then on Tuesdays is just my normal day. It's just 9 to 5 in the studio. I am a gym girl at the moment. I've been going to the gym in the morning.
I've seen it. Are you at Fit Stop?
What?
What gym have you been going to?
Elite.
Elite.
She has her own business. Yeah, Elite Training it's called.
In Perth, we have like these chain companies called Fit Stops. Fit Stops. And I was like looking and I was like, that looks the exact same as the Fit Stops here. But I've been seeing your workout things. I am so proud of you. I see the balance though too. You're still not shy of going to a festival here and there.
No, definitely not. And then I do 2 late nights a week on the Wednesday and Thursday, and then Friday, normal day in the studio, or I'm on the road doing wedding. And Saturdays, half of the year I'm on the road, always at a wedding. Yeah.
Amazing. And then Sunday is your day off?
Sunday's my day off and I spend it with my partner and
That's
always take the
awesome.
dog somewhere most of the time. Take the dog for a walk. He's my only baby.
I love that. Are you engaged yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. Well, George.
Bloody
is
hell,
that his name?
Geordie.
I was about to say, George, if you hear this, saying.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so you've made some changes, like switching your phone to personal mode after work, which I think is a massive game changer. What are some other boundaries that have really worked well for you that you want to share and give that gift to other people who are stuck, burnt out just like you?
Yeah, I cannot believe I actually only figured out that personal mode on my iPhone probably like a month ago. What the hell? Because at the start I did get a work phone, but that just was not working. It's just too hard to have two phones. So,
oh my God, and trying to charge them too.
Yeah,
whenever I had my work phone, I didn't even charge it for a whole month because I forgot about it. And I woke back up. This obviously wasn't for business coaching, it was for watches, but I had like 20 messages and I was like, I can't do this. I can't.
So yeah, if no one knows about the personal mode on your phone, literally you just set it up to personal mode and then only messages from your friends and family that you select throughout your contacts will only come through. No other messages will, because my form of contact is text messaging. So that's how all of my clients contact me. So when I finish work, I'll quickly reply to a few. And once I close that door of the studio, I'll then put my phone on personal mode. And that's really helped me switch off and really enjoy some personal life. Another thing that makes me kind of like balance it really well would have to be separating my room from inside the house, outside the house. I know I'm still on the same property, but just closing the door outside of the house, of the studio, has really made me like, okay, I'm done in there. I'm going home now. And it's really good to separate it when you can.
Oh, I think that is literally something I envy about you, because even me.
I don't know how you do it, Sammy.
I go to cafes. I go on a lot of co-working.
Oh yeah, I don't worry. I go to cafes as well now. To do my book work. I really, like on a Monday, I will treat myself to a cafe. I'll sit in a cafe on my own. No way would I thought I would do that at the start. I'm like, I never thought I would sit in a cafe on my own. No way. That's so embarrassing. But
side note, what about guys? Like I was walking down the street the other day and there's the Subiaco Hotel, and you just like at any given stage of the day, there's always just a bloke there with a beer on his phone. And I'm like, what? How do you do that? And then it's just like they're obviously more than happy for that alone time. Whereas me, I'm like, I need people to talk to. I need stimulation.
Yes, no, that was me too. But no, I now find sitting at a cafe, I really like zone into like the admin work I need to do and I really smash it out. I can't sit at the kitchen table inside the house anymore. Nah, I need to get out. I need to just sit down and yeah, I just find really more motivating going to somewhere else and doing my book work. Yeah, so that's definitely helped me too, actually. You made me realise that part I do as well.
I think if you actually take a step out of your normal environment too, usually one or two things will happen. Like one, you will not leave until the task is done because you feel like, okay, cool, I've come here, I've got to get this thing done, then I can leave. Yeah. And then number two is you get more creative and inspired. Like there's just a new environment, a new kind of mindset and way of thinking. And that's whatever I find, like if I'm burnt out or I'm feeling like really uninspired, I either need to take a step away from everything, like go to the beach, go for a walk, don't call a friend, don't go on a podcast, don't listen to music, like literally just sit with myself and just process and then go somewhere fun. And it'll fill your cup back up and just give you that kind of burst of energy to bring you back to where you need to be.
Yeah, it's definitely for sure. Like separate, like really like separate it. Oh my God, don't put that in. My God.
Get that separation in. All right. As we move towards wrapping up the episode, we're going to do my favorite part. I've been loving this at the moment. It's a quick fire round. So basically it's rapid fire questions with you. They're just random questions. So just answer the first thing that comes to mind. It doesn't have
Oh
to
my
be
God.
perfect.
I'm nervous. I'm not good for thinking of words on the spot. I just literally, the one thing I suck at, like, that is, what is it? Where you're good and bad.
I've been doing it to you this whole episode. You'll be fine.
Yeah, no way did little old me back in the day think I would ever be talking on podcasts. My gosh.
Here you go. All right. Number 1, what's the biggest lesson you've learned from running your business?
Time. No, that was really she answer.
What about time? Be a bit more specific.
Jamie, I'm not going to be any good at this. I don't know we're doing this. I'm not good. No, I literally will suck at this, Sammy.
Stop overthinking it. I've literally been doing this to you the whole podcast episode. Like, we'll start again, all right?
Oh my God, I'm literally going to suck.
All right, number 1, what's the biggest lesson you've learned from running your business?
The biggest thing I've learned running a business, you don't have to wear all the hats.
I love that. So true. What's one thing every bridal hair makeup artist should start doing today?
Implementing Dubsado, hopefully.
What's a beauty trend that you love?
The self-love side of it.
Ooh, it's a good answer. I thought you were going to say also the natural beauty side because that's your USP, but I really love the answer you came up with. What's a beauty trend that needs to die?
Oh God, the ones where the lash extension client is laying on the bed and then they've got a mask on when they open their eyes.
Oh,
like the tech's got a mask on, or like the tech's got like something scary on their face and then they open their eyes and then it scares the client. Oh no, that needs to stop. That's been going on for a while now. It's not really funny anymore. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do. I've seen some really random.
It's really awful. Or the one where the hairdresser whips out that big, huge comb.
Oh, yeah.
And then the clients like react with like, oh my God. Do you know what? Can anyone relate? I hope people can relate with what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the viral reels and stuff, I'm like, is this actually aligned to your brand? Yes or no? Because if it's not, then don't post it. Don't feel the pressure to do it. But if it is and it's on brand and it makes sense, then like just be intentional, you know? What's one thing you wish you did sooner in your business?
One thing I wish I did sooner was hiring people to help me, like in the departments that I sucked at. So an accountant, a bookkeeper, someone that designs a website, a beauty business mentor coach, an online booking system, all of the above.
Ooh,
a cleaner. I even have a cleaner now.
I love that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite product in your kit right now?
My favorite product in my kit is still my OG, the Hourglass Ambient powder.
Ah.
Yeah. I just told everyone my secret. I don't even know if I said it right. Ambient. I'm really bad with my words.
Oh, well, it's a good product. Do you know what else everyone is raving about? Not sure if this is something that you know, like the MCO Beauty Mascara. Everyone's raving about that at the moment. Have you used it?
Yeah, I've used that one. Yeah, I've got that in my kit.
Do you rate it?
Yeah, I definitely rate it for sure. It's a really good tubular mascara and the smudging is legit. Like it doesn't smudge. It's so good. And it comes in brown now too, which I'm really vibing the brown. Like a brown mascara.
And then last question, what's next for Darcy Louise Beauty?
I literally don't have anything next for me. I'm so content right now. I just want to enjoy everything that I've got in place now. I've just gotten to a stage where I want to be and I just want to be content and enjoy it.
I really love that. I think that's so beautiful and a really good reminder to be present and appreciate what you have. And
you don't always have to have a goal every year.
Darcy, this has been so good. Thank you so much for your time and sharing all your valuable insights, advice, and lessons you've learned along the way. If people want to reach out to you, where can they connect with you, book you, or follow along with your journey?
They can just go to my website and fill out the inquiry form and I will reply to them. And I'm more than happy to give out any advice. Or Instagram. They can follow me on Instagram.
What's your username?
Darcy.Louise_beauty.
Amazing. Before we wrap up, do you have any final words for beauty professionals who are trying to grow their business but feel stuck?
Yes. I have some final words. Hi, Sammy Kennedy, coach. You won't regret it. I honestly, Sammy, it's crazy how much we both have grown since I signed up with you. Yeah, we both have grown from each other and bounced ideas even off each other. And I would not have taken a few steps in my business without your help, honestly. Yeah.
I appreciate it. And I really love being a part of your journey. Anyone listening here, Darcy hasn't worked with me for 2.5 years. Seriously, we still have this beautiful relationship where every probably 3 to 6 months we're like, oh, what have you been up to? And check in. And I think that's a really cool thing about, being genuine and having good quality clients and having genuine relationships where it's not just about money. I see Darcy going out, she's getting all her makeup done. She's going out to festivals, when her salon opened. And I think the deeper lesson that I learned when I reached back out and doing this podcast episode with you was, if you treat your clients right, doesn't matter if you're a business coach, doesn't matter if you're a beauty salon owner, if you treat people right, they will always have something nice to say about you. You always have that good relationship. They'll always come back if they need you. And so it's just a reminder, wherever you go in life, look after your people and they will look after you.
Yeah, no, I could not agree anymore, Sammy.
Thank you so much for your time, Darcy. Thank you if you've listened to this episode. I hope you've been able to take away some golden nuggets. Definitely give Darcy a follow. And if you found value in this episode, please take a screenshot, share it to your stories, tag Darcy and myself, and let us know what your biggest key takeaway was. Thank you so much. I hope you have an amazing week, and I will catch you for the next episode. Bye.
Audience exclusive.